Roll call.
Roger Brock.
Here.
Dean Button. Michael Dye.
Here.
Ann Herbert.
Here.
William Hutton.
Here.
Thomas Kazmierzak.
Here.
Dan Vitale.
Here.
Sharon Zaney.
She's still muted. Oop, we lost her.
Marcus Taylor.
Here.
Oh,
7 present. We have a quorum.
Thank you very much.
so I won't.
We understand you do have the minutes, but they're not available tonight. Is there a motion on the floor to table the minutes of August 15th?
Motion to table the minutes from August 15th.
Thank
I'll
you.
second.
Thank you. Is there a roll call vote on that?
Roger Brock.
Yes.
Michael Dye.
Yes.
Ann Herbert.
Yes.
Thomas Kazmierzak.
Yes.
Dan Vitale.
Yes.
Marcus Taylor.
Yes.
William Hutton.
Yes,
7 ayes, 0 nays, 0 abstentions. Motion passed.
thank you. Mr. Poland, is there any old business?
No, there's no old business.
Thank you. New business, we would like to bring CP-22-11, petition of Crossroads YMCA to reclassify the property at 1918 and 1940 165th Street from a C2 shopping center district to a PUD, a planned unit development district, to construct, operate, and maintain a Crossroads YMCA Wood Mart within the city of Hammond, Lake County, Indiana. Our petitioners, if you would please, I'm sorry, my bad. Have notifications, thank you. All been met?
Yes, they have.
Thank you. Thank you, Roger. Now, back to the petitioners. If you would please give us your name, your address, sign in, and then you can tell us what you'd like to say.
Yeah, Jay Buckmaster, CEO of the Crossroads YMCA, 253 Fairfield Drive, Crown Point, Indiana. And I am here with Russ Posen to talk a little bit about our future YMCA expansion.
Again, Russ Posen with DVG Team, 1155 Troutwine Road, Crown Point, Indiana. I'll do kind of just the simplistic things before maybe Jay jumps into really what the Y is bringing. I just want to make sure everybody's fully aware of what we intend to do and really why. So obviously, the area that we're dealing with is on 165th and Indianapolis. It's called Lot 2 and Lot 3 currently of the Woodmar Center. It's at the northeast corner. And the existing facility is Zone C2, which is shopping district. And the existing PUD to the south of it, which the Woodmar did used to encompass, and then the Sportsplex, is what the area that we'll be doing a really large development for the YMCA. And these two lots, Lot 2 and Lot 3, will become a part of this property. So we just have to bring them into PUD, rezone them to PUD so that we can encompass them in the entire development. And as far as what we're intending to do, in this site plan, you guys have in your packet, but I'm just going to point to the area here. So the area south of these two lots is really a bulk of what the development is. It's the main building of the YMCA, a lot of parking, and then in day one, these two lots, Lot 2 and Lot 3, will stay as is. There's future plan that we'll show you, but to really get the facility running, we're going to leave those as is. There's obviously a lot of things going on with that. But we'll be able to work around, get the building, parking lots developed without really damaging those by any means. They'll be able to function. In the future, though, and I don't have a timeline, Jay can probably get into the timeline a little bit of what's intended, but that area to the north will be where the outdoor pool area will be, and then additional parking. I think from a site plan layout and the reason why, it obviously, hopefully it makes sense that, again, just need to get it as the PUD because this whole development will be a PUD and we have to get, the ordinance in check. Anything that you want to add to what the YMCA is bringing? Probably just briefly.
Yeah, just briefly, currently we have a YMCA on Southeastern, and so we have, over the last, I guess, 4 years now, we expanded it in 2019, and again, our partner was the City of Hammond, as well as some other donors in the YMCA. During that expansion, we went from 3,000 members to 15,000 members. And have been able to offer a lot of different programs and activities for kids and families. And so now we've partnered with the City of Hammond and Al Krieger with that development. And we think that we're going to build a first-class YMCA. It'll be 3 times the size of the current Hammond YMCA with an outdoor water park. And we believe we'll go from 15,000 members to 45,000 people served with this facility. So we're incredibly excited. We think that this is a great asset for the community of Hammond and the surrounding community, and this is the first step in making that dream a reality.
Well, I'd like to say this. I remember when the YMCA was in a house by Harrison Park, and I was part of that push to get the new building started over there on Southeastern. So thank you. Commissioners, thank you for your presentation. Commissioners, do you have any questions or comments?
Any idea when things are going to be starting?
Yeah, so of course construction is a little bit difficult, and during this time we announced this about a year or so ago, and so obviously prices and things have escalated, but we think we've got our feet under us. We didn't reduce the scope whatsoever. We went and spent the last year raising some additional funds, and so we're still on that track now, but we really see this in 2 phases, as Russ had said. The first phase, we hope to start getting the steel packages out and start moving this by March of 2023, which would put us about end of 2024, January 2025 as phase 1, and then hope that the outdoor water park follows right after that. Maybe it starts in fall to winter of 2024 and would open by summer of 2025. And so that's our optimistic, yet we think reasonable time schedule. Mm-hmm.
Commissioners, any other questions, comments? Thank you. Hearing none, we'd like to open this meeting to the general public. If there's anybody in the public that would like to comment for this project, please step forward. If there is anybody online that would like to comment, please unmute yourself and speak up. Is there anybody in the public that would like to make a comment? If hearing none, we're going to close public comment. Would you like to say anything else? This is your last chance. No, it's not.
No, we're, like I said, the City of Hammond has been a great partner with us, and we feel like this will be a great asset to the residents of Hammond and the surrounding area. So we appreciate your time and consideration for this project.
Thank you. Commissioners, staff, any additional questions? If hearing none, we'd like to have the staff report read, please.
You guys can sit down.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, sorry. It's my first time.
Okay, this is regarding CP 2211, the proposal to rezone the property at 1918 and 1940 165th Street. This is really the first of a couple of different steps that this project is going to be going through in order to get all the pieces together. So the subject property, as indicated by the presentation, are two existing commercial buildings currently owned by the YMCA. As they indicated in the short term, that those buildings will remain in place. This first petition is to just change the actual zoning classification from the C2 shopping center district to the PUD. And then in the next petition, I'll address some of the impacts of what that happens on the PUD district ordinance. But from this first step, the staff recommends that the Plan Commission forward the petition to the City Council with a favorable recommendation, and if the Plan Commission agrees with the recommendation, the staff requests that this report is adopted by the Plan Commission as preliminary findings of fact.
Thank you, Mr. Boland. Any questions, comments? If hearing none, is there a motion on the floor for CP-22-11?
Mr. President, motion to approve?
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you.
Would that be for a favorable recommendation to the City Council?
Yes, for favorable recommendation to the City Council.
Thank you.
Thank you. Roll call vote.
Roger Brock?
Yes.
Michael Dye?
Yes.
Ann Herbert? Ann Herbert?
He's saying yes.
Yes.
Thomas Kazmierzak?
Yes.
Dan Spitali?
Yes.
Sharon Zaney?
Yes.
Marcus Taylor?
Yes.
William Hutton?
Yes.
Excuse me. 8 ayes, 0 nays, 0 abstentions, motion passed.
Is there a motion on the floor? Brian, little help. Thank you.
What were you asking?
The next step.
Next step is to have the Plan Commission adopt this report as preliminary findings of fact, so you need a motion to do that.
Is there a motion on the floor?
Mr. President, I move to adopt as findings of fact, preliminary findings of fact.
Second.
The report, staff report
Sorry, the report.
as preliminary findings of fact.
Thank you. Roll call vote?
Roger Brock?
Yes.
Hold it, sorry.
There was a second, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thought I heard that right.
Roger Brock?
Yes.
Michael Dye?
Yes.
Ann Herbert?
Yes.
Thomas Kazmierzak?
Yes.
Dan Spitali?
Yes.
Sharon Zaney?
Yes.
Marcus Taylor? William Hutton?
Yes.
8 ayes, 0 nays, 0 abstentions, motion passed.
Thank you very much. That concludes. Thank you. You're good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That's the best part, when I get to tell you, you did it. Thank you, Brian. We'd like to move on to our next topic, and that would be CP-22-12, petition of Hammond Plan Commission for an amendment to the Hammond Sportsplex Planned Unit Development Ordinance located in the 6600 block of Indianapolis Boulevard and the 1900 block of 165th Street within the city of Hammond. Have all notifications been met?
Yes, they have.
Thank you. My fellow commissioners, if there is no objection, Mr. Poland would like to be the presenter. That's okay?
As the reviewer.
As well as the reviewer. And the final word.
And the what?
Nothing. Mr. Poland, please, step
thank-
up to the microphone.
Sure, I can do that. Plan Commission members, this is the second petition tonight for the YMCA project. What is before you is amending the text of the zoning ordinance when it comes to the Hammond Sportsplex planned unit development. There are some basic things that are covered in this ordinance, the amendment to the ordinance. It is with the understanding that this is, in essence, an interim step with the development, as indicated by the previous case. The water park and the changes to the commercial buildings that are subject to the rezoning are going to be happening a little bit further down the road. So this amendment is to address the changes at this point in time to correct the original document that is out there in order to at least move this project further along, knowing that there will be another amendment a couple of years from now. So the current language recognizes that the Carson's building is still standing, and obviously we know the Carson's building is no longer standing. And at one of our previous meetings, we subdivided the property, so now we have a change of legal description. We just talked about the rezoning of 2 more lots, so now we have an expansion of the boundaries of the PUD. And then we are addressing the actual developmental provisions of the main YMCA construction. And we are writing, the language also addresses the existing commercial buildings, keeping them to be legally viable developments rather than putting them into a non-conforming status. One of the other things, as far as technical cleanup, we're actually renaming the PUD district to call it Hammond Sports Facilities PUD as opposed to the Hammond Sportsplex. The sports facilities is to recognize the broader usage of the building rather than being exclusive to the Hammond Sportsplex. One other change that was specific to the Sportsplex part of the development is that the footprint, square footage of the Sportsplex, that number was increased because there is discussions of building in addition to that building. So we have added that as a part of this this amendment. So as far as the presentation is concerned, are there any questions?
Commissioners, are there any questions? No? Thank you, Mr. Poland. With that in mind, is there anybody in the public that would like to make a comment? Good. Okay, anybody online that would like to make a comment? Anybody in the public comment? Commissioners, any further comments? Questions? Hearing none. The open session is now closed. With that in mind, is there a motion on the floor for CP-22-
The staff recommendation.
Well, we could.
I haven't done that.
I'm sorry, my fault. We'd like to hear the staff recommendation, please. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you. So the staff there is a slight technical correction in the staff report you have. Staff recommends for the Plan Commission that the Plan Commission approve the text amendments to the PUD supplement number 4, which is amending ordinance 9378 and zoning ordinance 8514 regarding the Hammond Sportsplex PUD development district, and the parentheses statement is now Hammond Sports Facilities PUD district, and forward the ordinance to the City Council with a favorable recommendation. If the Plan Commission agrees with the recommendation, staff requests that this report be adopted by the Plan Commission as findings of fact.
Thank you, Mr. Poland. Are there any other questions or comments from the commissioners on the staff report? Hearing none, we'd like to move ahead. Is there a motion on the floor for CP 22-12?
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to approve CP 22-12 and forward the ordinance to the city council with a favorable recommendation.
Thank you. A second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Herbert. With that in mind, can we have a roll call vote?
Roger Brock?
Yes.
Michael Dye?
Yes.
Ann Herbert?
Yes.
Thomas Kazmierzak?
Yes.
Dan Spitali? Sharon Zaney?
Yes.
Marcus Taylor?
Yes.
William Hutton?
Yes.
8 ayes, 0 nays, 0 abstentions, motion passed.
Thank you very much.
Mr. President,
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion to adopt the report as findings of fact.
Second.
Thank you. We have a first and a second for CP-22-12. Roll call vote?
Roger Brock?
Yes.
Michael Dye?
Yes.
Ann Herbert?
Yes.
Thomas Kazmierzak?
Yes.
Dan Spitali? Sharon Zaney?
Yes.
Marcus Taylor?
Yes.
William Hutton?
Yes.
8 ayes, 0 nays, 0 abstentions, motion passed.
Thank you very much. Moving on, the next topic is CP-22-13, petition of Utamaki. Is that close? Perfect. Okay. Incorporated to reclassify property at 6539 Indianapolis Boulevard from a C4 General Commercial District to an I2 Manufacturing District to construct, operate, and maintain Utamaki Incorporated Indiana Manufacturing Facility within the city of Hammond, Lake County, Indiana. And our petitioner is, have all notifications been met? Thank you.
Yes, they have.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Our petitioner is,
Good evening. My name is Katie Koff with Hepner, Wagner, and Evans, located at 103 East Lincoln Way, Valparaiso. I'm here on behalf of the petitioner, Hutamaki Incorporated. I'm also accompanied by Rich Blastic, who is the Hammond plant manager. A little bit of background about Humataki. They are a manufacturer of packaging products for consumer goods, retail, and the food service markets. They have various locations across the country, and their Hammond facility is located at 6629 Indianapolis Boulevard, which is located within the I2 manufacturing zoning district, and it has been in operation for over 75 years. And the Hammond facility is in charge of making the molded fiber products, which include 4-cup drink carriers and also egg flats, which can hold up to 30 eggs, which are distributed to numerous grocery and retailers across the country. The petitioner is currently in the middle of an expansion project on their current location of their Hammond facility. It includes an addition of 250,000 square feet to their building, which is in order to expand their capacity, grow their quantities of products, and improve the distribution within the area. The petitioner has invested approximately $100 million into this project so far, and they are anticipating for this expansion to create at least 100 new jobs. The estimated completion time for the building project is March of 2023. During the midst of this expansion project, the petitioner acquired the property 6539 Indianapolis Boulevard, which is the subject property of tonight's petition. This property was the home of the former Pizza Hut location that is currently, that building has been sitting vacant for quite some time now. That property is also currently in the C4 General Commercial Zoning District. The petitioner acquired this property with the intent of incorporating it with their current business operations, which does include the expansion project that I briefly mentioned. In order to incorporate this property with the current business operations, the property needs to be rezoned into the I-2 district in order to match the current facilities zoning, which is the reason why we are here tonight, requesting a zoning reclassification of the property from C4 to the I-2 manufacturing district. A final decision has not been made as for the exact utilization of that property. Currently, the property is being used by contractors to store their trailers for their work on the current expansion project. And they are also utilizing the property to store paper material that's used in the production of their products. So with that, thank you. We'd be happy to answer any additional questions that may come from you.
Thank you very much. Commissioners, any questions for the petitioner? Hearing none, we'd like to open this to the general public. If there's anybody in the general public that would like to make a comment, please step forward. If there's anybody online that would like to make a comment, please speak up. Again, anybody in the general public? Hearing none, we're going to ask the commissioners if they have any other comments.
Officially close the public hearing.
We'd like to close the public hearing.
Now ask for questions.
Are there any comments from the commissioners? Hearing none, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Petitioner, you may now sit down.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Mr. Poland,
Yes,
could we please have the staff report?
you certainly can have it.
Thank you.
Staff recommends that the Plan Commission forward the petition to the City Council with a favorable recommendation. If the Plan Commission agrees with the recommendation, staff requests that this report is adopted by the Plan Commission as preliminary findings of fact.
Thank you, Mr. Poland. Are there any comments or questions for the staff report? Hearing none, is there a motion on the floor for CP-22-13?
Mr. President?
Yes.
A motion to approve CP-22-13 and forward the petition to the City Council with a favorable recommendation.
Thank you.
Second.
Second.
Thank you and thank you. Roll call vote?
Who was second?
Is it Roger?
Yeah, I
Roger.
first, yeah.
Roger
Sorry.
beat, Ann.
Roger Brock?
Yes.
Michael Dye?
Yes.
Ann Herbert?
Yes.
Thomas Kazmierzak?
Yes.
Dan Spitali?
Yes.
Sharon Zaney?
Yes.
Marcus Taylor?
Yes.
William Hutton?
Yes.
8 ayes, 0 nays, 0 abstentions, motion passed.
Thank you very much. Moving on, is there a motion?
President,
I'm sorry,
I'd
go
like
ahead.
to make a motion that we adopt the report as findings of fact.
Second?
A first and a second. Roll call vote?
Roger Brock?
Yes.
Michael Dye?
Yes.
Ann Herbert?
Yes.
Thomas Kazmierzak?
Yes.
Dan Spitali?
Yes.
Sharon Zaney?
Yes.
Marcus Taylor? Marcus Taylor?
Yeah.
William Hutton?
Yes.
8 ayes, 0 nays, 0 abstentions, motion passed.
Thank you very much. Moving along, Mr. Poland, is there any correspondence?
No correspondence.
Thank you. Commissioners, any final comments for today? Any staff comments?
There will be petitions before the October 17th meeting, so please keep that on your schedule.
Thank you. Back to the public. Are there any public comments? Thank you. Is there a motion on the floor for adjournment?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you. Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
You gonna hit it one more time?
Thank you. I should have been paying closer attention to you the other night.